Well, good evening. Welcome into WCU Esports. Sorry about that. We thought that the mic was going. It was not. We'll be underway in just a moment here as we wait for the last of the spectators to join. But here we go, back to the old scoreboard too, throwing things back just a little bit for your Mountaineers. We are in a best of 5 here tonight as it's quickly opened up by Andy from Southern Virginia.
I mean, we could see a good shot right there. Snowflake trying to come in just to hit it out of the way, but was not quick enough there. I mean, it's not a great start. I mean, first 5 seconds, they can easily make that back, but...
And that's what we like to call a kickoff goal in the game of Rocket League. Good idea from Snowflake, just beat by the hitman there. And now Thing and Bunla going to be back to react for the Mountaineers. But yeah, kickoff goals are very apparent and present in this game, and an unfortunate side flip from Bunla puts SVU up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer to be seeing this right at the start, but as we've said before, a 2-point lead is the easiest to lose. So, I mean, hopefully for WCU, they're able to make this comeback really quickly. And
my goodness. But, oh my gosh. They were cooking earlier when they were just warming up, getting ready to go. We saw some fantastic team play coming. I saw just a beautiful tic-tac-toe. Snowflake passed it up, found Bunla on the side. Bunla sent it mid for Thing, who just closed it out top corner. Beautiful team play, and that was during warm-up. So if they can get that confidence back in their own corner, they'll be fine. But the speed right now from SVU is tough, and I think that the server might be having a little bit to do with that. The East versus Central is going to be a nightmare to try and figure out here tonight.
yeah, I mean, right here, getting into the... It's not rounds like Valorant. We've been casting for Valorant too much.
And we'll be casting a bit more here next week as well. So. Oh my goodness! I think that the ping might come down to what ping is going to be what game of the series.
Yeah.
Because the latency does come into big effect for a game like this, where all of your inputs are time-based, and they're based around the millisecond reaction you have from place to place.
Yeah, I mean, Bunla there with the good save, not allowing it to go in the goal there. And Andy's just going to get another goal. Yeah.
This is definitely not the start you wanted to see from WCU, but I think that this is also just a team in Southern Virginia who have come off of a deep playoff run, so they've had more of this league experience, whereas WCU, the most experience they've had for Rocket League in the past few days has been just just a couple days ago.
Yeah, and I mean, since it's been so long since the playoffs for WCU, they're not warmed up enough to be going against a team that is right here and ready. But Things are able to take control of it and quickly hit to the corner.
The Mountaineers now looking to try and find a way to start something and get out of their own half. They found a chance. Can Snowflake get the demo? He doesn't quite get it as Andy finds the save. Good demo from Snowflake there, finally finding the demo that he was looking for originally, but oh my goodness, off the post and stays out. Bunla with nothing in the tank, gets the clear away. And a good touch from Snowflake to throw control off of Hitman. He gets a demo Thing though, missing his shot. It's passed high from Bird. He misses his chance off the backboard. Could have left it for Hitman, but opted to go for it himself. Now thrown on net, but cleared away by Snowflake. Once again, the offensive pressure from SVU is massive, but the Mountaineers not wanting to let that dwindle their spirits. They're continuing the fight. They're trying to get used to this ping in the server. We'll see how it all goes from here.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen them quickly adapt to this team. SVU hasn't been able to score for quite a little bit here. And WCU is able to stay on that defensive side really well currently.
The Mountaineers finally starting to get their chances at counterattacking, but it is just not looking good for the moment, as it's cleared away pretty simply by SVU.
Bunla gets a good clear all the way to the other side of the yeah.
All the way downfield.
That's what I was
There you go.
say.
It's all right. Takes a bit to get back into this Rocket League mindset. It's the easiest one to commentate for, but when you haven't done it and you've been doing some shooters for the past few weeks nonstop, it's a little harder to maintain. Bunla now with good control low. Gets a good 50 with Bird Ploop, and now it's shot downfield by Thing. Stalled out. Bunla with the chance, or Thing with the chance, and he opens it up for the Mountaineers. Finally, almost 4 minutes in, the Mountaineers find the back of the net. Snowflake with a great bit of pressure there, and Thing with a beautiful shot into the bottom right corner. 5-1 now the score, but WCU, keep in mind, can request a server change to Central should they need. Snowflake now goes up, fakes the double touch. Oh my goodness, he almost found it with nothing in the tank. Surely he would have gotten that one if he had even just a little bit of boost. And now Bunla gets a good pressure. Thing opts to pass to Snowflake. And now the Mountaineers, from what started out as a rough series, or at the roughest start to a series they have now started to find their momentum but can't quite get the back of the net. Though they are keeping that pressure on, they're looking good. It's a good center, but it's a bit much to Bunla. Now Hitman keeps going, even though he could have left that for Andy. Thing missing. Snowflake missing. Bird Flute missing. Hitman goes up with a 50 with Bunla. Snowflake with a great clear away. And even though we hit 20 seconds and WCU will lose game number 1 no matter what, this isn't a bad way to end it, to at least try and shift the momentum for games 2 and onward.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely see them being able to keep it on that offensive half quite a lot more than at the beginning of this game, and able to get those saves on the goal. And then we're going to see Bird Ploop get one last goal for this last round, the first game.
It's all good. We're getting there. It's been a little bit, but...
Yeah.
Six to 1, and we're just going to wait for the ball to touch down. Bunla gets a clear over. Snowflake almost gets the chance to keep moving. Doesn't quite get it.
And that's going to be the first game going towards SVU. I mean, it wasn't a great start for WCU, but they were able to get in there and start just playing on the offensive side so much better.
We'll take a step away for just a moment and be back here to figure things out for game number 2. Sorry about that delay, folks. We are trying to make sure, and with the rules, to get to the central server. Whoever loses the map or whoever loses whatever game in the series after game 1 gets to choose the server. We were trying to request a central. They were trying to deny it. We just had to show them proof that that actually exists. So we are working on waiting on that lobby getting set back up for game 2 in the series. US Central going to be the host for the servers this time out. And if we win this one, SVU can then remake lobby. So it might take a little bit of extra time tonight, but we'll be back in just a few minutes once we get things set up and underway as we work on it. And after a bit of a delay there, folks, we're back. WCU in orange, SVU in white. Mountaineers having lost game 1 in the series 6-1 pretty handily. This time out looking to try and start something new as Snowflake is on the attack, almost gets a touch off the ceiling.
I mean, just starting out right here, we can see WCU is staying really on the offensive side, not letting SVU get a chance here.
At the very least, we don't see 2 quick kickoff goals, though that is a pretty rough miss from Snowflake. Thing, though, going to be getting a good clear away. Birdploop mistouches and bounces high. Bunlow with the great 50. It's going to be Hitman who controls. Snowflake with a good demo. Fakes out Hitman, though he gets bumped away. Oh my goodness, a great play from Bunlaw, but a better play from Birdploop to find that save through the smoke screen. And this is going to be a hard-fought battle for either team. Good shot from Birdploop, putting SVU up 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, WCU right here starting out looks like a completely different team than the beginning of that last game. I mean, they're just staying most of the time on the offensive side and not giving as many chances to SVU.
And the Mountaineers looking really good on the attack. They just can't quite find the back of the net, though they're getting all of the right questions in way of shots. Good play from Snowflake, stalling it out. Hitman misses. Snowflake going for the demo. He finds it. And Bunla misses his shot. Had a great chance. Should have just driven forward and fast on that one. Didn't quite know, though. Hitman misses his save. Snowflake with a good clear away. It's going to be hit back in by Andy. Cleared by Thing. Hitman shoots it. Good save by Bunla. Getting back just in time. Gets a good challenge. Another great challenge, this time in the air. But SVU is not allowing anything easy for the Mountaineers to go in. But a good fake and a great shot. Tie this one up for WCU. 1-1 as we hit that 3-minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's hopeful for WCU right here. Being able to just find that back of the goal gives them a bunch of momentum, which is really killer for like any sport at all. Just having that momentum ready to go.
It's a good clear away by Hitman looking for Birdploop, who plays it off that corner, but WCU, they've been smarter on the defense this time around. I was about to say not biting quite as much, but Snowflake there expecting the shot to come. And after game 1, it's pretty easy to see why. The Mountaineers saw every possible shot from SVU, whereas they couldn't quite get as many as they wanted or needed. Hitman, good pass down looking for Birdploop on the side, but cleared away. And Bunla's in the back there to get that save. Snowflake now starting a quick counterattack. But double demo onto WCU leaves Snowflake alone getting back. He finds the first save. Can he find the second? No, but it's Thing there with the goal line. Huge save from Captain Thing for the Mountaineers. Off the crossbar, played low. Thing with the boost and the angle. He's going to get down, and WCU finds the first lead of the series for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really, really good, not a start anymore, but this is really good for WCU. I mean, now they're ahead 1 point, which might give them the momentum they need to just take out this win.
It's exactly what you need to see. Just get some offense going, get some connections. Doesn't matter how, just get it into the back of the net. Keep the pressure going, and don't let SVU to start their counterattack like they're doing now. Hitman off the ceiling, looking for Andy off the far side, but double commit from Thing and Snowflake will stop that, and there's some backwards progress now for the Knights. And Bunla with nothing in the tank, still going to be trying to find a way to get a pass middle. He does, but no one's there to follow up. Good pinch downfield to clear for SVU. And a shot going just wide. And the Mountaineers, with not much, are trying to start a counterattack. Unfortunately, the overlay that we normally have is not working today. The program that we need to use to run it is going through some maintenance updates, I would say, and it's making things a little bit more difficult. Speaking of making things difficult, it's Birdploop with another shot. A great save by Bunla, and again, Andy finds a shot this time, but Bunla clears it away. Thing, oh my goodness, you could see the bump from Snowflake controlling the defense, and the Mountaineers go up 3-1.
I mean, that was a really good play right there for WCU. I mean, just being able to bump, who was it again?
I couldn't tell.
I can't remember. But, you know, that bump just made it so that WCU was able to secure that goal.
And it feels very weird knowing that we're only 20 minutes in and we're already on to Game 2 in a series, as opposed to other nights where we're not even through Game 1 at this point in time. But a demo from Snowflake on the far side, and Thing's just going to try and dribble it in, but he can't quite connect as Hitman is there. Snowflake coming in from half field, getting a good clear to the corner. Bumping on the back line, the physicality is showing out for the Mountaineers right now. It's a good low shot, but Thing and Bunla both there to stop whatever can happen from SVU, who are trying to start some offense on their own. Bunla, good control, gets it past Hitman. Andy goes up 50 with Thing, it's off the corner. Snowflake's up off the crossbar, finds Bunla, sneaks it in by the post. WCU will win this one at the very least, no matter what happens here in the last 7 seconds. I don't see a world where you get 3 goals in a matter of 7 seconds. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen enough Rocket League to know if that is even possible, but it's not looking like that's even a chance at all, because that...
Well, now it's impossible. We're at 0. Just waiting on that ball to touch down. Bunla gets one more save for the road, and WCU wins Game 2.
I mean,
and
that
now
was
we're tied.
I mean, that was like a whole different game for WCU there. They just had a warm-up.
But we'll take a step away here for just a couple minutes as we wait for this next game to start. Well, here we go. Game 3 in this best of 5. Tied 1-1 right now. WCU having just won game 2, 4-1. And SVU having won game 1, 6-1. And they're going to open up quickly here.
Yeah, just a quick goal from Bird Ploop there.
It's the kickoffs, I think, that are the killer. If WCU can get past that kickoff time frame, they're looking a lot better. But it's getting to that point right now that is seeming to be the biggest trouble, as Snowflake is looking for his own, but the flip just not quite there. Some miscommunications from WCU, but now it's going to be a pass over. Looking for Snowflake. Bumla pops it high, looks for Snowflake again. It's off the backboard. And Hitman recovers just in time. But Snowflake getting back on defense and keeping the speed up for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, I mean, if the Mountaineers are able to get this one single goal in really quickly, it will set them up to just for a better game, I guess, you know, because they will be even.
And some good team play there. They overcommitted as a whole, but worked out. Now Bunla quickly following with nothing in the tank. He tries to find it himself, but Hitman's there. Snowflake now trying to stop Hitman's counterattack. Thing goes up, gets the challenge off the far wall. It's to Bunla, who misses just barely. And some good pressure from the Mountaineers now as they start to look like the team that we saw in game 2 more so again. Oh, and some misses from SVU. Good pass looking for Snowflake to go far side, but couldn't quite get the angle. So now it's cleared away.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot better team management, I guess. You know, for WCU here, they're just everywhere.
Oh my gosh! And a huge, massive goal line save for Snowflake as Thing just misses his counterattack off the post and out. Thing made the first great save, but followed up by Snowflake. Now Thing with a demo as well, WCU getting some good offensive time. Snowflake gets one up. Bunla goes. He gets the touch, but it's stopped by Bird Ploop. Now Thing has to cut. He gets a good beat off the sidewall. Looks for the pass. Can't quite connect to Snowflake. Now Bunla going to have to control with very little in the tank to do anything with it. And there's that team play you were talking about earlier too, Benchy, where everyone on WCU is seeming to communicate and work together a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, they're everywhere when they're working together, and it just doesn't give SVU a chance to get that ball in the goal.
And WCU is seeming to find their groove on these Eastern servers where even if they can't go for the plays they normally do, they can at least start to get something rolling in the way of clearing the ball downfield and getting into the offensive half. Good save by Bunla. Cleared over by Hitman, just missing his follow-up. As Thing and Snowflake double commit, but Bunla's going to be there. He gets the clear wide. It's going to be a good center, though, for Hitman, who plays it high, misses his shot, and double touches it away from Andy, who could have extended this lead to 2. As we near the final minute and a half, score remains 1-0 for the Knights. Though WCU has had plenty of opportunities to find the back of the net, as they almost do there. And a good stall from Bunla allows him to get that ball moving forward, get the boost. He controls it. He's going to play on the wall. Goes off the ceiling. Can he get there? Oh my goodness, not quite. As Hitman now in a one-on-one against Snowflake. In a tough position. So the Knights extend to 2 goals up.
Yeah, I mean, we can see here Snowflake going for that save, but just barely missing it, letting Hitman get that goal. I mean, there's still a chance. You know, we've seen it before where it was the last 30 seconds, and I think WCU got 3 in maybe. This was a while ago, so I don't remember.
This was a little while ago that happened. But yes, we've seen the Mountaineers come back from crazier score lines than this. But it's not going to happen like that when the kickoff breaks down. To where Bird Ploop finds the back of the net off the layup from Hitman. And Snowflake gets some good disruption at midfield with that kickoff. And a good demo from Thing there, as now Snowflake moving up to try and find a shot, gets stopped by Hitman. Now Thing with a huge quick rebound shot, clears away off the crossbar. Misses, passes at center, but Snowflake's there to clear it away. And the Mountaineers with all the space around the field, but can't quite get anywhere with possession. It's now cleared away by Birdploop. Snowflake clears back downfield. Andy throws it away. Hitman passes back towards his own net, but no one's there. That said, it was just wide, so it didn't matter. Hitman trying to be the one for his team right now. Thing with the good clear off the sidewall, going to ignore the boost, goes for a long ball, clears it high with 8 seconds left. SVU will take this one, and we know that we will be taking a step away here as the ball touches down to figure out to get back to central servers again. So we'll be taking a step away for just a moment here as we get ready for game 4 in this best of 5. Well, here we go, game 4 in this best of 5. WCU trails 1-2. Season on the line here. They have to win this one to stay in the national tournament. SVU looking to try and close the national tournament out here with a game win on central servers. We'll see what happens though. WCU Snowflake gets a good save, even though he wasn't credited. Big bump though on the goal line from Birdploop. Allows Hitman to score.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good start for WCU here. We've seen on those the 2 games that SVU did win, they got that goal, the goal right at the beginning. And so hopefully for WCU, they're able to turn this one back around and get this win.
The Mountaineers needing to get some pressure going. It's cleared away, looking for Snowflake to get the finish, but it's Andy on the goal line getting a good save as he played some spectacular defense to stop that one. We can see Bunla right now. He's been struggling to keep his boost in check, burning through a lot of it, a lot quicker than he maybe should. So now it's a high clear from Birdploop, a miss from Snowflake, a miss from Hitman, and Hitman gets demoed. Thing now with some good control. He's going to speed downfield, looking to put pressure on with no boost. Hitman will control. Thing going to try and cause some disruption on the goal line. Andy clears it. Snowflake stops it. Bunla there. Gets the redirect over off the backboard. But, oh my goodness, the Mountaineers couldn't quite capitalize on a golden opportunity to put themselves ahead. Birdploop now with a huge clear downfield. High and long. Thing clears it wide. Hitman with possession now, looking for a pass. You can see Andy in the bottom left there. But no connection on that. The Mountaineers now in a tough position where as we near the 3-minute mark, they have to find a way to answer and get a goal and then put themselves back in the lead. Whereas SVU, they have that one goal. They just need to hold off defensively against the Mountaineers.
Yeah, I mean, with that one goal, you have a lot of that. You have a way to fall back, I guess. You know, you have a pretty high chance of winning if you can just keep it out of your goal. I mean, obviously you're gonna win. Never mind. You're gonna win if you can keep the ball out of your goal. Versus WCU has to get it in while also keeping their goal safe, I guess.
Yeah, They have to play both spectacular offense and defense nonstop now. They don't have a choice for any miss-ups or any slip-ups. Whereas SVU can afford one, maybe two, because they also have a one-game buffer in this series. But Snowflake with a good clear defensively. And Thing wins it forward. Can Bunla get the shot? He can. It's over one, and Bunla finds the back of the net, tying this one up. The Mountaineers starting to find their swing, and they can get themselves back into this series. All it takes is a couple of misflips, just like that.
Yeah. I mean, Bird Ploop thought it was going to go lower and just didn't go high enough to save that goal, and so now it's a tie game for WCU.
Bunla goes off the ceiling. He's going to get the flip in the air. He gets it past the second defender, and now he's going to keep pressure, looking for a pass middle. He gets the pass. Thing tries to muscle it in, but Hitman was there. Snowflake commits hard, and now it's a good counterattack for the Knights. If they can do something here, it's a high pop wide, but to no one. Now Thing going to take it with speed off the sidewall, looks for a pass down to Bunla, gets the challenge. Now Snowflake gets the opening. He's going to at least play it forward, but can't find the shot. It's cleared downfield. Thing just going to pop it high mid. It's going to be stopped by Hitman. Now the Mountaineers with no one on the goal line. And it's defensive breakdown for WCU as Hitman just gets a floater.
Yeah, I mean, we can see Bunla there trying to save that, but just didn't have enough boost and wasn't able to make it back in time.
So now the Mountaineers back in that position we saw earlier where they're down and they need to fight their way back in. 2-1 the score, a minute 20 left. An off the post from Hitman. As the Mountaineers now try to push it wide. Thing gets a good challenge forward. Off the corner, Hitman misses his redirect chance. Snowflake plays it high. It's controlled by Bird Ploop, who messes up just a little bit. But that said, no one was quite there for the Mountaineers to keep that going. Thing, though, off that back line, gets some pressure forward. It's pinched down and wide. Snowflake just controls. He's going to get a high clear. Looking for Bunla to follow up. Hitman throws it down. It's a redirect shot. Thing on the goal line makes a great save. With 45 seconds left, the Mountaineers need to get it out of their own half and get some offense turning once again.
Yeah, I mean, Bunla's there to center it, and Snowflake's going to come up, try to get it in, but Bird Ploop's going to be in the way there.
Bunla and Thing, it's over now. Can someone get there? No, Andy's going to clear it away. Stopped by Snowflake. Half field, 30 seconds. Thing with a good challenge forward. Looks for Bunla to get a double tap. It's a miss from Andy, but Bird Ploop was there just in time to save it. Thing's going to collect, get the boost. He's got a chance. He finds the center. He keeps it in the offensive zone. Game doesn't end until we hit 0 seconds. Bunla off the back wall. Thing with 2 seconds left ties it up.
I mean, that was crazy right there. With 2 seconds, Thing's just going to come in here and just barely get it by Andy and whoever was up above. It might have been Bird Ploop.
I think it was Hitman who was going up in the air.
Yeah.
Just not quite enough there from SVU to defend that. And now 1 second, and it could be chance for a 0 second goal. WCU needs to be up to the task, and Thing is keeping that one alive. Snowflake looking to try and keep this one and end it in regulation. Finds a pass down. It's high center. It's a double miss. Oh, no, and it's just over. Great clear from Bird Ploop to put this one into overtime. Thing with a great kickoff. It's off the sidewall. Hitman gets a redirect. Bunla up. Gets the touch over. Bird Ploop going to get the chance to control now. He moves and misses it. Little bit high center. It's awkward. Thing with the touch, but saved by Andy. Snowflake keeping the pressure on for the Mountaineers. It's going to be off that side wall. Bunla going in. Getting some pressure going again. Bird Ploop throws it out mid. Andy missing that redirect. I think that's what he was going for. Bird Ploop now just clearing it away on the wall. Looking to try and gain some time for his team. But Snowflake not going to allow them that much. The boost was in favor of SVU for just a moment there. But the attack was all for the Mountaineers, though Andy with a chance there almost cleared that one away. Bunla with a good flick downfield. He has space, but can't quite get there with the speed. Snowflake looks to Thing. Thing throws a shot towards net, but it's cleared away by Andy. It's a pass from Bird Ploop to Hitman. It's high off the back wall. Bunla and Thing both go. It's a double commit, but Thing sits on it just in time. keeping that ball out of the net. Snowflake goes up looking for control off that side wall. Bunla gets the clear away. And Bunla throws it high. It's going to be off the crossbar, but just stays out. Snowflake with the follow-up, the soft touch, but it's not quite enough. And WCU, with all the offensive pressure, just can't find the back of the net, but they're putting it everywhere for the Knights to try and defend. Thing plays it high. He has speed. He has possession. He goes for the stuff, but it's off the crossbar. Snowflake putting pressure on. It's off the corner. He's going to miss. It's going to be a throwaway for Bunla to collect. Bunla goes up, chips high, looking for Thing. Cleared away by Birdploop. Snowflake going to look for a hard pass upfield here. He does find it. Going to take it himself off the corner. Hitman clears it center. Straight to Thing! And WCU, after 2 minutes of overtime, will tie this up in the series 2-2.
I mean, that was a crazy game right there. Just bringing it to overtime with 2 seconds left, and then just the offensive pressure for WCU there at the end just was crazy. Just they kept trying to get it in the goal. The SVU did do really well keeping it out, but just to no avail.
And now we go to Game 5. We'll be heading back to East servers momentarily as we take a step away here on WCU Esports. Round of 16 going to 5 games. Couldn't ask for a better series than this.
All right, we are back in Game 5 of 5. I mean, WCU on that last game was just going crazy, and here we go, starting in Snowflake, getting it over to the other side. No, wait. Yeah, my sides were a little bit swapped for a moment there. I mean, WCU was able to keep it going last game on the offensive side. Hopefully they can stay over there. Yeah.
Some good defense there from SVU as they're trying to keep the pressure on. They've scored first both times we've been on East, and WCU feels like if they can break that tension, it's holding on by a thread at this point. As first game, WCU caught off guard. Second game, WCU came out and answered, and it's been a good back and forth ever since.
Yeah, Bunla with the redirect off to the side, trying to just keep it out of there. Thing coming in from the top, and Snowflake clearing it away, sending it downfield with Thing right there, and almost a goal for WCU. Just Andy was right there in the way. Bunla stopping it, and I mean, here's Birdploop going in, but Snowflake and Bunla, I think, were right there in the way.
That would have been Thing back there.
Thing,
I saw
okay.
Bunla just came across flying on the screen, but it's all good. I thought that Thing was going to get that redirect, though, in the air, getting some extra power on that shot. If he had gotten that, I have a feeling that was going to go in the back of the net, and SVU couldn't have done anything to save it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a perfect shot, and then it was just a little bit too high, I think.
It bounced a little too much. Birdploop with a miss, and it's Snowflake looking to open it up, but can't quite connect. Thing now off the backboard, but not quite there for Snowflake.
I mean, Snowflake's right there to save that shot on goal. And they can keep it over in the offensive side. Birdploop's going to come in, but Bunla gets bumped, and Hitman is able to get it in right there. I mean, that was just unlucky for Bunla there. We can see Bunla just getting whacked out of the way, and Hitman just being in the perfect spot.
And the hitboxes on that one are just a little too funky to be able to consistently get that. What he was trying to do was try and wheel lock and turn him away. and instead he got sent out of the way, disrupting the play enough for Thing to not be able to get there in time for that save. So WCU now back fighting from the deficit, something we've seen so far tonight. And we'll see if they can break the streak of fighting from the deficit and losing. But SVU not going to make this easy.
Yeah. I mean, WCU, though, has been on the offensive side for a lot of this game, just able to keep it over there. Birdploop coming in, trying to get it, but who's that? Snowflake is going to be in the way, and Hitman is also going for another... Never mind. I don't know what I was saying there.
It's all right. Some good pressure from SVU.
Yeah.
Good counterattack from the Mountaineers. It's going to be just wide, but it's an own goal! It's an own goal! And this one's tied up!
I mean, Snowflake here sending it all the way and just barely missing over off to the left, and Birdploop just accidentally tapping it that tiny bit to the right and just sadly gets it in his own goal.
I mean, that keeps WCU alive and well right now, tied 1-1, which we just saw them fight back from. And the Mountaineers with possession on that goal line, looking to try and do something again, playing from their defensive half and having to just play that long ball clear. But it's been working so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, right there, we're going to see Bunla get it in. I mean, Thing centered it just perfectly right here. And, yeah, perfect center, and Bunla's just right there as Andy almost taps it out. But
we almost saw a great squishy save from Hitman where he went off the back of the net, off the roof, trying to get that flip, but wasn't fast enough. So WCU opens this one up in their favor, and they're just playing that long ball clear, and it's working super well.
yeah, I mean, here's Bunla going. Never mind. Hitman came up underneath. And Thing, Bunla's right there and just barely clearing it wide. Goes for another shot. Trying to center it for... Yeah, Thing wasn't quite ready for that one, though. Snowflake's there to block it from Andy, maybe it was. I mean, right now, WCU is that 1 point ahead, so they just have to keep that defensive side up.
But the best defense sometimes there, Benchy, is a great offense, as we see the Mountaineers just putting it onto the Knights to try and keep up with this onslaught as we reach the final minute of play in Game 5. And the Mountaineers just in the offensive zone trying to connect again with anything.
Yeah, I mean, if they get one goal in here, but who is that?
That's Bunla.
Bunla, okay. Yeah, Bunla gets the goal there. I mean, let's see this.
Oh my gosh, just enough.
Yeah, I mean, that was what I was about to say. I was like, if they could get one more goal in here, it will just almost secure the win for them.
And this... Oh no! Bunla looking for his hat trick, couldn't quite connect as he found the far post instead. So now 30 seconds left. SVU has to score here to keep up, but the Mountaineers keeping their pressure. They're staying in the offensive zone.
Yeah, I mean, staying in that offensive zone for just any team, it seems, just gets them the chance to win. I mean, obviously, you're over there and just shooting every little bit, not giving the other team a chance to make that goal with 7 seconds left.
5, 4, and 3 seconds, and WCU will advance to the quarterfinals in a 3-1 series, finally winning on that East server.
Yeah, I mean, WCU pulling that in, that was a really good game for WCU. I mean, SVU trying to just hope that they're ping over there with the East. Is it East Coast
servers?
server?
Yeah.
Gets them that win. But WCU was able to adapt to that and just...
I think you could see there, too, looking back at those just general game results, Game 1 in favor of SVU was 6-1. And the Mountaineers answered 4-1, but not quite as strong as that 6-1 initial statement. So SVU, I think, caught themselves being a little bit too confident in this one, and they were able, or WCU as a team was able to come back and fight through the adversity, winning this series 3-2 and putting them into quarterfinals.
Yeah, I mean that was a really good match. It was really entertaining that entire time. WCU and SVU were pretty evenly matched most of the time, I feel.
That was a very even series both ways. I think WCU, though they did come out on top, it was a big close for comfort from the Mountaineer side. SVU putting up in a fantastic fight, having scored first in every game of the series, I believe. They were on top of it, but sometimes WCU just finds a way to fight back through no matter what. They keep their heads on, screwed on tight, and they're able to close this one out.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good match. And
with that said, though, folks, we'll see you guys at some point within the next week for both Valorant and Rocket League as the season continues. But for tonight, I'm Sparky.
I'm Benchy.
And have a great night.